My name is Brianna, and I'm here with...
I'm Jules Is Dead.
And we're here for Black Music Canada just to talk to Jules about their performance today.
Thank you for having me.
I have a couple questions for you.
Okay, yeah, go.
So, you've been making music for a year now.
I have.
And you recently celebrated the first anniversary. First song, Red is my favorite color. How do you feel?
It feels unreal, kind of, because I'm like juggling music with like school and just like being a teenager in general.
Yeah.
And like spending time with my friends. And now that we're like performing live, now there's like band practice every week. It feels overwhelming, but like in the best way. It's like, I'm so stressed, but this is also everything I've ever wanted, so the stress is worth it.
Yeah, it's happening all pretty quickly.
Oh my god, yeah, it's a little crazy.
We have 3 songs out right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if you made more. How long have you actually been making music?
Unprofessionally, like just like in my house, I was playing piano since I was like 3. I learned guitar during COVID back in 2020. And I have been singing like as long as I can remember. Professionally, I think the first time I went to LA to record was March 2022. So there's only 3 songs out, but there's about 20 demos.
Oh,
maybe more.
That you're just sitting on.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do anything with that?
Oh yeah. A lot of them are like mixed, mastered, finished too.
Oh.
We're just like, we're waiting.
Are you still making more? Or are you just like...
We're still making more.
Okay.
We're still making more. We're still recording. I still write almost every day.
Oh.
My guitarist in my band has a full recording studio at his house, so like we're gonna demo some of these soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You're like working hard.
Yeah, the grind is real.
How did you start this journey? Because you said you were singing since forever. You started taking piano since 3, right?
Yeah.
So was that your choice or was that somebody's?
My parents love music. My mom loves like jazz and like blues and acoustic stuff and like pop. My dad like grew up on like classic rock. He likes goth bands, although he won't admit he's goth. But I keep calling him goth and he doesn't have anything. So I was like always listening to music growing up, like Radiohead, Depeche Mode. My dad had the video games Rock Band, and I remember having them growing up. Even though I was really the one playing them. I think I only ever played the Beatles version because my mom loves the Beatles.
Okay.
But I remember that they were in our basement and COVID hit and I was like, can we get these up? I want to like start playing them. And then I was really good at Rock Band guitar. So I was like, I'm probably really good at regular guitar because I was so confident and like,
the same.
they're the same thing.
Yeah.
One's plastic, one's not. What's the difference? And then I started playing guitar. On my dad's acoustic, and then I saved up and I got myself an electric.
You can see little snippets of your music.
Yes.
And one of them you said that it's inspired by
Buffy the Vampire Slayer is my favorite show ever.
Really?
It's so good. And this is coming from someone who only started watching it like 3 weeks ago. I'm on season 4 now. So that song came before I started watching Buffy. But I would see like edits of it on my TikTok all the time. Like I see all the characters and like clips from it, and I was like, this is so cool. It was kind of Lost Boys inspired when it originally started being written, because that's my favorite movie of all time. So we were like, Lost Boys, and then it kind of turned into like Revenge, and I was like, well, this isn't really Lost Boys anymore. And then I was watching Buffy, and I'm like, so this is perfect. This is what it is. And now it's Buffy inspired.
So is your music more inspired by movies and TV shows?
Oh,
like other artists?
I'd say it's a really good mix of both. Okay. Like lyrically, definitely movies and TV shows. Like Spells of Power Thoughts is about the craft, which was my favorite movie for a very long period of time. And then it's also very like guitar inspired by like first album Paramore. And so I feel like the content of the songs is very movie and TV show based, and then the music,
the sound
of it, yeah, we reference like anytime I go into a session, I like come playlist prepared, be like, we'll go through it, be like, I like this part of this song, I like this part of this song. How can we like, yeah, it's like definitely like drawing from it, yeah, 100%.
So, it's your dream artist, but
Miss Haley Williams. Miss Haley Williams, if you're listening. Miss Haley Williams, if you can hear me. Miss Haley Williams, save me.
Miss Haley Williams.
If you can hear this, please save me. I love her so much. I would say AFI, because they are my favorite band. They were my favorite band after Paramore was my favorite band. So Paramore is like one of the OG favorites that I have, and they definitely, Haley is one of the main reasons why I started making music and why I felt like I could make music in like the rock scene. So definitely her. And I have also worked with Hunter, who's the bassist at AFI. So I got to cross that one off my list, which is crazy. And I cried a little bit. And he signed all my CDs.
You don't see a lot of Black artists in the raw punk genre, especially in Canada. And you're from Derry, right?
Yeah.
So how do you get into this? Do you feel comfortable in this space? Do you feel like you have to make a way for yourself in this space?
That is such a complicated
Yeah, it's definitely a little question.
It's like, oh my god. Sometimes it's really good. The part that makes it worth it is finding other, like, Black girls and queer girls who, like, resonate with my music, and it's like, I love having someone who looks like me, like, singing these songs that I love, because it means a lot to me. For a long time I didn't have that, and then I found, like, Keith Dodson and, like, Mimi and the Altar, and I was like, oh my god, these are my people, I found you finally. So getting to be that for someone else it makes me so happy, and it makes me, like, feel so, like, fulfilled. And then the flip side of that is it is really hard to be in this space as a Black girl. It's such a boys club. Oh, so often. I, like, not even so much, like, my songs, but it's like I'll be live streaming on TikTok playing guitar, and they'll be like, that's a white man's instrument, put it down.
Oh.
Guys.
No. Oh, no.
So that's not in the sense that, but it's worth it to put up with stuff like that when I get so much out of it, and I built, like, such, like, a really core following, and a really, really wonderful group of people that I resonate with, and, like, I've made my best friends through music.
Having that kind of support system.
100%. It's so wonderful.
What's the best part of being an artist?
Oh my god. For me right now, it's playing shows. This is my second show tonight. The first show was one of the best days of my life. I can attest it was not at the beginning of the day, because the beginning of the day was so hectic. I was like, we were late, and then my guitarist went the wrong place to pick me up, so then I had to Uber to the show. And then my septum ring fell out during sound check. Like, the end of it came off. People were late, and I was like, oh my god, guys, this is never gonna work. It's gonna be so bad. And then it wasn't, and it was amazing, and all my friends were there, and there was a mosh pit, and it was like, at the first show, a mosh pit at the first show, I was freaking out.
Okay.
It was crazy. So, like, for me, shows right now are, like, that's my favorite part. That's the best feeling in the world.
I need to know, how do your classmates react?
I want to say most of my classmates don't know. I don't do in-person school anymore, but I feel like when I did, I ended up having to switch schools halfway through grade 11 for the second semester. People at my own school were really and I had to switch schools, and I started there, and I only ever talked to two people. One was my guitarist, and one was just this other girl I was friends with, and we were like, I really kept to myself. I was so closed off and quiet, because I was, like, bullied all through elementary school. So I didn't really tell anyone. At, like, any of grade 11, I didn't tell anyone. I honestly don't know who knows, because I'll have people come up to me and be like, oh, you go to my school and make music, and I'm like, how do you know? And then it's like, I didn't tell them. They found out on their own.
I mean, you're blowing up. You're getting a lot. You're getting a lot of fans.
So some people at my school know, but I didn't really tell them. I think I told maybe 10 people at the most. And they're only, like, people I was, like, friends with or in class with. Like, I wasn't talking to anyone about that.
What are the reactions? How are they?
They're positive. Yeah. They're pretty positive. They're, like, kids from my school are coming to my shows now. I didn't think they knew who I was. I was so quiet.
My own hell. Almost at 100,000 streams. How do we feel?
It feels unreal. I didn't even think Red would make it to 100,000 streams. So now to have, like, another one that's, like, almost there less than a year later. So crazy. I also feel bad for everyone who listens to it. I want to make them It's so sad. I feel bad for people. I'm like, guys, I don't want to make you feel like this.
Well, it was truly lovely speaking to you. This
Thank you.
has gone way better than I could ever expect. I just also know this.
I was too. So we're twinning. That's fine.
We're twinning.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
Thank you so much.